future. In his book, The Coming Prince, Sir Robert Anderson quoted a man called E.B.Pusey, who had delivered a series of lectures at Oxford University on the subject of Daniel the prophet in 1864. The quote was as follows: "Prophecy is not given to enable us to prophesy, but as a witness to God when the time comes." For me, this is a very important statement, because many have produced prophetic chronologies which have resulted in all kinds of errors, and they've been used as ways of foreseeing the future. Rightly used, Bible prophecy is a witness to us to enable us to understand God's purposes in history and to stand as a witness to His word when prophecy is fulfilled. In all the time I've been studying this subject, I have not come across anyone who has been able to use Bible prophecy to predict dates. As the Bible says, we don't know what shall be on the morrow. So what can we know of the future? Certainly not specific days and hours. Jesus' disciples wanted to know when the events he was talking of would transpire, but he told them that they could not know. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." If we can't know specific dates, we can know about seasons and about the signs of the times. In fact, we're supposed to know the signs of the times in which we live. The Pharisees and Sadducees were rebuked by Jesus for not knowing them. Matthew chapter 16, verse 3. "And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?" It's interesting that we still have that saying, "Red sky at night, shepherds delight, red sky in the morning, shepherds of warning." So, what are the signs of the last days? We can't know the day or the hour of the Lord's return, but we can recognize the signs of the times. In fact, the Lord's injunction is that we should watch for them. "Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come." Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. It's wrong for us to say that because we don't know when the Lord's coming back, we shouldn't be bothered about it. We're supposed to be actively watching for it. More than that, we should be like the wise virgins and be constantly ready and prepared for it. The following is a list of some of the signs that will accompany the last days before the return of Christ. So we've got the restoration of the Jews to Israel. That's the big sign that's already occurred on May the 14th, 1948. Another sign is the restoration of the Hebrew language, which is now, which actually almost died out, but is now the language of Israel and is being studied all over the world. And the rebirth of a pure language, the pure language of Hebrew, was prophesied in Zephaniah. Mark chapter 13, verse 7 to 8 gives wars and conflicts as a sign, particularly ethnos, wars between ethnic groups, racial groups, racism. We've got the gospel preached to all nations, which we can see is now happening as a result of the rise of the internet. False Christs and messiahs, people claiming to be the Messiah, is another sign. Signs in the sky, in the heavenly bodies, is another sign. The sun shall be dark and the moon not give her light, the stars fall from heaven. Declining godly morality. When you read through that list of things in 2 Timothy, you can judge for yourselves if those things are what is actually happening all around us today. Increase in knowledge and travel, massive increase in knowledge as a result of the internet, and also the ability to travel. Talk of peace will be a sign, but it will be followed by sudden destruction. And then there'll be the appearance of Antichrist, those people who put themselves in the place of Christ. So those are some of the signs that we should be looking for before the return of Christ. There are many signs to look for, and we're told in Matthew 24, verse 42 to 44, to be prepared because we don't know when the Lord is coming. This confirms that we're not to be crystal ball gazers trying to foretell the future. The purpose of Bible prophecy is for us to be watchers and to recognize the signs when they happen. Thank you for watching. If you want more information, you can find it on prophecy-workshop.com.